Hello Libra, this is Lisa from The Right Guidance, here to bring in your December 27th through to the 31st, 2019 reading. I will be working with 2 decks to bring in some channeled intuitive guidance for your last week of the year. For any relationship and love advice, your angels and guides can use the Psychic Tarot for the Heart by John Holland. And any advice just in general, they can use the Angel Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. So for those of you who are new to my page, welcome. I'm so glad that your guides brought you in this direction. I hope to be of great service to you. While you're here, you can like, share, and subscribe to the videos. And for those who find yourself in partnership, it's very wise to watch your partner's video. It's called Being a Cross Watcher, so you can see what's happening in their world and how you can be the best partner possible to them. All right, Libra, I will come down to the table for you to see some of the card shuffling. I hope you've had a wonderful holiday and very Merry Christmas for those of you celebrating. See, some of you are planning a trip, trying to make it happen. Good for you. I'm in Toronto, so anybody who wants to skip winter out of here, be a smarty pants for doing that if they can make that happen affordability wise. Okay, let's see for a love life, please. Okay. All right, guys. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so I channel in my guidance, so I haven't seen the cards, as you can see. I'm just going to flip them over one at a time and we'll see what they bring in, okay? For those of you who are regular subscribers, I'm sorry I haven't been here for a while. I've been totally sick and had like no voice, so if it goes out a little bit, I have my tea. All right, so let's see what's happening. All right, okay, interesting. Well, this is a good card. It's the card of release, okay? And the really great thing about this card is that there's so much wisdom I hear that has come in from your 2019 Libra. And this is an end of a situation or a way of life that you've been living up to this point, okay? This is a really great time for you to take stock this last week of the year, okay? To see, like, what have you learned about yourself? What kind of spiritual transformation have some of you actually been met with? Right? What have you learned about yourself? And, you know, what way of living are you going to leave behind? This is about releasing, you know, old ways of doing things, old ways of thinking. It's time for you to move on. Okay. It could be you even moving on and releasing relationship or releasing, you know, I think it's just old patterns, old behaviors, old ways of doing things. Okay. So I'll see from the other additional cards, see what else is happening in your world. Okay. Okay. All right. So the Knight of Water could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces. Okay, person. The Knight of Water in traditional tarot would be the Knight of Cups, and it's usually someone comes in swiftly in a romantic way. So for those of you who are single, it could be someone like just rushes in and you almost have like an instant attraction. So it could be like instantly falling in love, could be love at first sight type of thing, something very emotional, something very romantic. Someone who comes in on like a knight on a horse, you know, someone who might be too good to be true. It's possible. So, you know, if I was doing a reading, I would see what the other cards say and we'll see what else happens. This is also the card of being invited to a social event. So some of you might find yourself invited to a New Year's Eve event, obviously, because that's what's coming up in our world right now is New Year's Eve. And you could receive an invitation. It could be, you know, a romantic invitation. Those of you who are partnered up, this could be, you know, your guide's way of saying, listen, grab some couples and book a place and go to a New Year's Eve venue. Go for, you know, a beautiful dinner. Go get dressed up, like romance your partner, like do all that, be that knight in shining armor for your partner even, or, you know, the queen in shining armor, whatever it is you want to do. But it's about bringing in love and falling back in love with your partner for those of you who are already in one. And it could be, you know, surrounded by, you know, an environment like that's a social event. So even going away this coming weekend or whatever you find, you know, you guys can make happen. Okay. Let's see what else is happening. Okay. Interesting. So the five of fire could find you in conflict with a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. This is just, you've got some conflicts, you've got some details with other people that are just like, you can't, okay, be clear, guys. Okay. These could be opinions, okay? You're met with opinions and there can't be a consensus or a decision made. This could be around anything. You have a goal. This could be a family goal. This could be a work goal. This could be, a goal for the family. This is just like some people have visions. Everyone has a vision of how something needs to go down. And I just see like you guys are having a hard time coming up with a general consensus around this. So this is just everyone's got a goal. It could be very self-serving for some of them, and this is you could have a conflict with others regarding this. Okay, so this is obviously not going to be for everybody, but this could be just letting you know that maybe the time isn't right for you to try to make a deal with others, because it could be that people are stressed this time of year. Okay, interesting. Okay. Interesting. Well, I mean, you're an air sign, right? This could be also a Gemini, another Libra, or an Aquarius person. The three of air is usually a card about sadness and asking you to take time to heal. Okay, the need to forgive yourself, the need to forgive others. This is you taking stock, perhaps. We go back to that first card where there was an end to a phase or a situation in your life where the universe is bringing you through a transformation. You've learned a lot about yourself through the process of being here in this earth school, like the rest of us, getting punched and beat up, and some people just coasting on by with money and ease, right? So listen, we're all here on a journey. You can see I'm a little passionate about that last one, right? But this is the need to forgive yourself or others, because listen, you don't want to go into year 2020 with conflict and competing goals and bullshit. Fuck that shit. Pardon my language, but it's just not worth it. So make amends where necessary, tie up those loose ends, send an email, make a phone call, send a text, clear up, and really think about what spiritual transformation have I made? Am I a bigger person now? Do I realize that I ignored red flags, or like really do that work? Okay. So if you need to forgive yourself for putting yourself in a situation that you knew wasn't ultimately for your highest and best good, then forgive yourself and say, okay, I won't ignore those red flags again. The release is going to be releasing that harsh judgment on myself, releasing old patterns, releasing the fact that I didn't, make sure I was in a relationship or in a career or working for the right company that really appreciated me, or really, or people, maybe they took you for granted, or maybe they worked you to the bone and didn't give you your just desserts. So whatever it is, we're all responsible for putting ourselves in situations. So let's make 2020 a goal for you about releasing those ways of thinking like, I'm going to spiritually transform myself, knowing that I'm worthy and deserving of X, Y, and Z, and setting that out as a goal. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful news. Ace of Earth. This information could be tied to a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo. And this is the inflow of abundance. This is prosperity. This is a promising business venture coming your way. This is, important documents or contracts. You could receive a new contract. You could receive a promotion. This is really a great card letting you know that, listen, whatever has ended, let it end. It could be a work, could be a job, you could have been let go. Whatever the universe has done to remove a situation or person in your life, let it go. Like, tie up the loose ends. Because if the universe is trying to open up a door, if the divine is like, here's a new door for you to open, if you only get out of the damn doorway, right? And the only way you can't get through the doorway is because the door is locked, because you haven't ended something in the past, or you haven't walked away from someone, or you haven't walked away from a business that didn't treat you well, or you're sticking around in something too long. So make a decision to say, I'm welcoming opportunity where I'm feeling presently dissatisfied, and you fill in that blank on what that is, and then realize like this is the inflow of abundance card. It's a really great news. Okay. So you're getting two cards here, okay? Because you are an air sign, this is more tied to you, I would say. So you have the three of air first. We've already talked about the three of air, and then you got the nine of air. This is, expecting the worst and self-fulfilling prophecies, okay? Like, this is you losing sleep. This is you going over things in your head. Something didn't work out. Somebody said the wrong thing. Someone took advantage, whatever. We've all been there, right? We've all been there. Well, some people are the ones doing the damage. But listen, take the time you need to heal. For those of you who have been put in that situation, take the time you need to heal and take great stock, and maybe work with a counselor, maybe work with a therapist for those of you who have access to that through your company's benefits. Okay, if you have access to that, hello, pick up the phone and make the call and get the help that you need. If it's that you need to have help setting goals to move you away from someone, then you work with someone like me who's a life coach, who's got a life strategy, way of doing things, who helps you plan the 5 areas of your life and set goals in all those areas, and then off you go, and you have our support in that. Okay, because if you're losing sleep because you don't know where to start, or you're losing sleep because you can't process this on your own, and you can't really have someone who looks at this with you, like I would look at it as someone who's not attached to the emotional outcome. I'm going to look at things with you, and we're going to say, okay, like this is maybe something you missed. This is something that, we can take charge of. And here's some really cool tools for you to help. And we help you plan that strategy. So work with someone if you need to help you to put that to rest, because I see that some of you are finding really great sadness in that and sleepless nights. And, the problem is if you stay in that area, if you stay in that mindset, that's what the self-fulfilling prophecies are. I don't want you to attract more. We want to start your 2020 off with a bang. Positive day. Okay, so lots of us are for hire. All right, this is fantastic news. This is the Psychic Tarot for the Heart deck. This is the card of Embrace. This is the World card in traditional tarot. For those of you who are aware, what the World card represents is the last of the major arcana. It's card 21. What that means is everything. It's almost like that card you got here. Everything you've learned up until now, it's taught you a lot about you, right? And the World card is like the end of that cycle. Okay. After this card comes the Fool card, which is the Take a Leap of Faith card, right? It's now time to start fresh. So this is letting you know that, listen, it's time to embrace 2020 is coming. So it's a perfect card to get. Everything you've learned so far about you, fantastic. Lots of great lessons in this Earth School and this journey so far for all of us, right? It's like, okay, now what am I going to do moving forward? What goals am I going to set? And who am I going to do that with? Who am I going to get to kick my arse all around the whole 12 months of next year? Because I'm open to embracing everything that life has to offer. You got that abundance card, right? The inflow of abundance. Abundance in all areas of your life, not just one, right? And in order to get that, you've got to have a strategy and you got to have a plan. So for those of you who can do that great on your own, you can self-motivate. Then get off your arse and make that plan, make that dream board, make that vision, make a list of things that you're going to manifest, and goals and timelines and things like that for those of you who know how to do it. Okay, fantastic card. Love. This is you growing bonds with someone. This is, could be for those of you single. Guess what's coming in? Okay, so you could find, someone reaches out to you in the next week. You could find that love shows up when you weren't expecting it. It only takes one day to change the rest of your life, right? It only takes one day for someone to show up to change things, right? So putting yourself back out there in the dating world for those of you who are single, okay? And then those of you who are partnered up, making love a priority in this next week, okay? So today is Friday, so tomorrow, maybe you can plan something wonderful. Maybe you can plan a night away, or again, a New Year's Eve gala where you both are dressing up and looking at each other with love in your eyes and, dancing and just bonding and doing something wonderful, okay, together with your partner. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. All right, healing begins. So this is you making the decision to step out and back into the light. I love this card. It's like, no more hiding. No more hiding, Gemini. Get the fuck out. I mean Libra. Sorry, not Gemini. Well, maybe with a Gemini, you're walking away. You're moving away from a Gemini. Okay, so Libra, come out of the closet. Come step into the light. Stop hiding and move into the direction of your dreams. And if you need to get someone to help you with that, so what? That's what we're here for, right? So find someone in your area, find someone remotely, find someone you connect with, and just make that decision. You're worth the investment, right? We're not that expensive to work with, okay? Your last card is to choose your battles. And you kind of got two cards like that. You got the competing goals, bothersome details, okay, and conflict with others. And then you got this card here, okay? Choosing your battles. what that means is choosing what has your energy, choosing what has your attention. And, you know, for those of you who find yourself in challenging situations with others, okay, maybe you can choose where you're going to give your energy and where you're going to give your opinion on things and what's worth your attention right now and what's worth you just stopping and saying, okay, so the last week of the year, let me just take some time to process me. Let me make some New Year's Eve plans. Let me grab some friends. Let me grab good people. Let me even ask someone out on a date. And let's just like move forward on a positive note. That's what it means by choosing your battles. Choosing to, you know, take part in life in a positive way and not choosing to have conflict with others, because that can wait if it needs to wait, because could be finding yourself with other people who are, this is a very stressful time of year for a lot of people, especially for finances, you know, so be very, very aware of your surroundings, and maybe if something could be put to rest right now, you might want to think about doing that just temporarily. Okay, Libra? So I wish you all the best for this last year of 2019. Set your goals, hire someone to work with for those of you who need to, you know, if you need to or not. I wish you the happiest of years, and I will see you again in 2020.